Hey everybody, how are you? Hope you're very, very well. We have a special guest today who's going to enlighten us, hopefully. Are you ready to enlighten us, Grant?
Absolutely.
Okay.
I've been a coach in many different ways, shapes, and forms.
Yeah.
And always looking at the coaching and consulting industry and seeing how it's evolved. And with AI, and I'm using it myself all the time for coaching and advice and consulting and things that I would normally either have to learn or pay someone for.
Yes.
I'm using ChatGPT.
Yes.
Or Claude or something. And so I'm going, okay, as a coach yourself, where do you see this industry going? What are the things that, because this technology exists, people should be doubling down on these things, doing more of these things to make sure they don't become obsolete? And here are the things that I should maybe do less of.
Yes.
So as I think of that, I think it's more and more content from a value perspective. The value of content is going down and down and down. But the value of the connection of a person, the value of experiences and events, those ones I think people are like wanting more and more.
Memories, yeah.
Because we are in front of our screens more and more, and so I've seen this, like, my own personal desire for events and experiences.
Yeah.
I've talked to the people who put them on, so it seems like that is a direction that will be growing. And then, you know, the ebooks, the webinars, the courses, all that stuff where you used to be useful curating content. Curating content used to be a thing that was really valuable because it was like, you've done the research, you know my problems and goals, you've put nicely packaged learning together in a book or an ebook or a course or whatever. Well, ChatGPT now can do that for me, so I don't need that anymore from a person. That's what I've noticed so far. And, you know, the people who've actually tried to scale information, I think, are going to be dying away. And the people who are trying to create experiences, which isn't as scalable. Yeah. But so what? Like, that's just, that to me, that's where it's going. So what do you think?
I have so many different thoughts on that. It's really interesting and a little threatening. It can feel a little threatening, like, because ChatGPT is an incredible therapist in the sense that it'll ask you, if you ask ChatGPT, like, hey, give me 10 or 20 questions to reflect on that will help me deeply understand my own unconscious mind so I can, not fuck up in my life as much and be more successful. And, ask me questions that the top therapist in the world would ask, whatever. You will get a list of some pretty incredible questions you can ask yourself. So yeah, it's like, what happens to coaches? I think that I think coaching is about so much more than information. I think it's about training, it's about connection, and it's even about a mission that they're building in their lives that people like to share it with someone. I think the connection piece is so big. I think there's a lot of things that ChatGPT can't do from a connection standpoint. I think that real therapy and great coaching and what people want to be a part of is connection, and is a real sense of belonging, a real sense of like, I'm a part of this tribe and I'm accepted. Because when we're on our screen so much, there's a disconnection that's happened. Mm-hmm. And so, I think you hit a lot of the points. I think, people are just going to go towards connection and experiences. But I think for me, like, I integrate it. Like, I give my clients homework using AI, I integrate it into my business. Mm-hmm. So, and then there's a lot that I don't know as well about what it's going to look like even a year from now. Mm-hmm. It's been crazy just in the last year how my business has transformed with AI.
What are the key changes?
Just like saving so much time, like just all the little things like content creation, even thinking about certain things. Like, I basically have like a CMO I can talk to, and not as much a COO, but definitely a CMO. Mm-hmm. So just kind of using it for that, and
it's good CFO too.
Good CFO too.
I use it for the CFO.
You use it for the CFO, yeah.
Yeah, like, so I'm working my finances for a month or a quarter, and I just say, hey, like, this is what I'm seeing. What do you see from this? And I go back and forth with the CFO that I'm not paying per hour anymore. It's my chief legal officer. Yeah. Because, like, so much of that is total BS. Yeah. That lawyers do. I love coaching, like, in all my personality aptitude tests. Yeah. I'm like through the roof on the coaching skill. And
is it the leadership piece for you? What is it about coaching that you really drawn to? Or
it's hard to fake caring about people.
I see. Yes.
I think people have a radar where they can sniff out if you actually give a shit about them.
Yes, I agree.
And I do. I just naturally, like, I love people. I love helping people.
I mean, fair enough, but you could also be a great father with all that caring, or mother. So
Sure.
So what else is it about aside from?
So I think that's one element.
Okay.
I think the other element is the ability to like listen and decode what is the real problem versus what is superficial BS that someone's saying and thinking. Because in order to solve a problem, which that's why you're coaching someone, it's like, I'm at point A, I want to get to point B, whatever that may be. A health goal, a business goal, a relationship goal, whatever. You're A and B. In order for you to make a plan to go from A to B, you have to know what A is.
Right.
And I think people struggle to figure out where they're actually at and what the problem is preventing them from B. They may think one thing is the problem and really it's something completely different. And so a person who studies the element they're coaching on in depth, and when they study, they're always trying to simplify things so that when they hear it from someone else, they kind of realize like, that's not useful information. I need to know this. I need to know this.
Okay, yeah.
So you marry like this innate care with this critical thinking is a skill that I can sum up. That probably sums up all what I've just been talking about. And then there's got to be some like, so in the working, have you ever done the working genius test?
No, I don't think so.
Okay, so there's like the 6 working geniuses. Patrick Lencioni, I think, wrote the book on it.
That's a cool name. Is he Italian?
I'm probably.
Lencioni.
I hope you are, if you're listening, Patrick.
Okay.
So he wrote 5 Dysfunctions of a Team. He wrote this 6 Working Geniuses and like some other really popular self and team and business books. And this one says there's 6 working geniuses. One is wonder. So, and it completes, imagine like an arc of like starting a business. First, someone is a deep thinker. What are the problems that people have in the world? What are the problems that I have as a human? What are the problems that my business has? Someone is really good at thinking and wondering. Then you have to go to ideation. And some people are really good at ideating. My wife is really good at ideating because she has no filter. No fear, no doubt, no shame, no nothing. And it allows her brain to just come up with so many ideas. Like I envy it sometimes because I have all this like stuff from my parents that make me think, no, that can't work, that can't work, that can't. And therefore my brain almost doesn't even go there.
I see.
So some people are really good at ideating. Then once you have a whole bunch of ideas, usually that same person who's good at ideating is not good at discernment and decision making.
It makes sense.
Because they think everything is great.
Yeah.
And I'm actually really good at discernment.
Okay.
And so I'm able to like take all her ideas and go, yes, no, yes, no, yes, no.
Yes. You become the filter then.
I become the filter.
Yeah.
Then the next skill is, now that we've decided what the thing is, who can galvanize the troops, who can galvanize themselves, who can galvanize their client, who can motivate, inspire, and bring energy. Then once the team or you or whoever is now excited to do the thing, someone's got to put in together the systems, the processes, the structure, and enable the team, your client, yourself to do it. And some people aren't good at where the rubber meets the road. In the planning, and then the final one is tenacity, which is checking off the list. Some people are really good starters, other people are really good finishers. And so like tenacity is like the 6th one. They're the finishers. They almost just say, give me the work and the plan and the how-to, and I'll just bang it out.
Bang it out, baby.
So everyone's got 2 of the 6 that is their zone of genius.
Okay.
This is that what gives you energy.
What you're good at.
What you're good at, you love it. You want to do as much of things as possible in that zone.
Okay.
Then there's 2 that you're good at, you can do, but it's not your zone. You don't hate it, but you don't love it. You'll just do it.
Okay.
And then your last 2 are the ones that like drain you of energy and all that stuff. And so as a business owner, if you're on your own starting a business, you got to do all 6. And one way to think about who to hire is based on like what tasks are in my bottom zone. I need to get that off my plate ASAP.
And find someone who has that top zone.
And because my bottom zone, someone else's top is their top.
Yes.
And it's a great way to build teams because you want to have a diverse team of people who their zone of genius covers all areas. As a company,
all of those 6 areas.
All 6. So your first, the reason why 3 co-founders are the statistically best number of co-founders for a company is because you can have one person who's a zone of 2, another person who's in the other zone, another person who's in the third zone, and now you've got a lean, mean, cohesive team.
Yes, that's cool.
And then if you have a bigger company of departments, you need to have like a full, complete team within every department.
Yeah.
Me as a coach, I'm a galvanizer and discernment are my top 2. And what's happening is your client is telling you a bunch of stuff, and you need to figure out what is important and what is not. And then you actually have to get them figure out the plan. So ideation's in my second zone. I do love ideating, and I do love thinking.
Okay.
But I much rather like to make decisions and get going.
Yeah.
And I like to get excited and energized. And so galvanizing is usually as a speaker, coaches, content creators, usually galvanizing.
I probably have some of that
up there.
I probably have some galvanizing.
Because there are some people who create content and dread it, but they'll do it. Some people who create content, they're good at it, but it's still not what they love. And then other people who are like, I can do this all day. Like, just put me on stage and I'll speak all day.
Yeah.
This trait of mine, has led me to lots of coaching because your client needs you to take them from A to B and energy, and this is where I think this is their main role. But in order to change, you need to have the energy to change.
1,000%.
And the reason why you hired a coach or are looking for coaches is because you don't have it. Like, straight up, you don't have it for whatever reason. And the coach is one of their main jobs is just to give them. You transfer. I want to transfer energy to you. You leave that meeting every week on a high.
Energy and
go,
focus.
and then your rhythm with coaching is to give people the energy. To go do the thing.
Absolutely. Yeah. It's very well said. I didn't know there was 6 different buckets. That made me realize that...
Which ones do you think you are?
Could you list them all again?
Okay.
All 6? Just
okay.
Don't explain them all, just list them all.
Wonder, thinking, ideation, discernment, decision-making, galvanizing, motivation, inspiration, energy. Enablement, systems, processes, planning, tenacity, just get the shit done. Okay,
so I'm going to be galvanizing in either one of the first 2, maybe the tenacity. But what were the first 2 again? Wonder and...
Wonder is like deep thinker.
Okay.
And thinking about problems and goals and the ideation is now coming up with ideas and strategies.
I think I'd probably be the ideas and strategies and the galvanizer. I think that probably... I could be wrong. I have to take the test.
Take it. Yeah, that's a good one.
What's it called again?
6 Working Geniuses.
6 Working Geniuses.
Yeah. Costs $20. I get all my team to get it done.
Oh, nice.
It's like one of my favorite tests.
Yeah.
Of all of the ones I've done.
Yes. Yeah. I think that it makes me want to give it to my employees, and it also makes me want to do more introspection. I think there can be a limit where introspection just becomes like intellectual masturbation. Like, you could have a whole... you and I could spend a month together, okay? We could talk every single day, and we could create a whole book of exactly how you became the way you are today. I give you this book, and you'd be like, well, fuck, I don't feel any different.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Have you started to use ChatGPT as a thing?
Oh, tons. I've been... Yeah, for
Where
sure.
you put all these tests in. So that's the reason why I still like the test, because I didn't even think I'm
putting
the test in, and now
it analyzes.
It's more effective at talking to you because it now has all this memory of the test.
So smart.
So that's what I've done now.
It's so smart.
I'll send it to you.
Yeah, please do. Yeah, please do. I'm going to start doing this for all my clients. It's awesome. This is way too good.
It's awesome.
Yeah, thank you. Yes, that's another example of integrating AI right there.
Totally.
That would be super useful. Okay, let's switch course a little bit to what life outside of entrepreneurship looks like as an entrepreneur. Mm-hmm. So I've come to learn that there's a lot of stress and burnout with being an entrepreneur. It can be tough to get around, especially in the first 5 years of a business. And you're also learning so many skills, and you have to also make money, and you might even also have a family. So one of the things I've noticed is that it's a lot to manage as one man. It's a lot to juggle all that, and it can be very overwhelming and stressful. And then we all have our own, when our body and nervous system goes into stress, we go back to the most familiar pattern when we're under stress, like that. Mm-hmm. And so a lot of people have patterns that served them at one time, like drinking alcohol or smoking, or in some cases like buying prostitutes and all sorts of things that we do. All coming from the same thing. The CEO and the homeless person often come from the same place. Yeah. One is just rewarded in our culture, so we praise the CEO and we poo-poo on the homeless dude. And honestly, that's a better path to go, probably.
For sure.
However, it's the same route. What do you see actually in entrepreneurs, and what have you seen in yourself with trying to create a sense of inner peace, or a sense of just like not so much chaos and pain and stress that the entrepreneur journey can bring? Like, how have you relaxed, and how do you see entrepreneurs get that fix?
I would say, like, first thing that helped was really understanding what was going on.
Yeah.
Because, like, what is stress? What is burnout? What is anxiety? What is depression? Like, what is it really?
Yes.
Because it would happen, like, and it happens at and I went through, like, different phases. So, for good and for worse, I have experienced every stage of a business, including death, which is not fun.
Sounds horrible.
I think that what stresses someone out or gives them any negative thought or feeling is slightly different in that stage. So I'll preface it with that. I think early on, if someone is stressed out or feeling burnt out, getting their business off the ground, I would wonder if it's the right business for them, and their expectations around it.
Yeah.
Because statistically, starting a business doesn't work.
That's right.
Like, if you want to make money, get a job. That's literally, statistically, the best way to do that.
Yeah.
Like, being an entrepreneur and a business owner is because, like, you just have this, to me, a real entrepreneur business owner just has this, like, I need to create something.
Yeah.
And I'd rather make less per hour.
Yeah.
Because I feel confined by the rules of the company I work for.
Yeah.
That was me.
Yeah.
So, like, my experience was, I first was stressed and burnt out from a job.
Yeah.
Because I wanted to express and create and do things that wasn't in my job role, because I felt the company needed it and wanted it, and I wanted to go do it. I just wanted to do more. And they're like, stay in your lane. I was like, I'm out. if that's how you're going to treat me. In university, I did Mosaic, which is like an experiential marketing company. Oh. So, like, liquor samplings, food samplings.
Oh, I see, yeah.
That was, like, essentially what they were known for, is like Labatt would hire them to do stuff. And Budweiser, you ever heard of the Budweiser Big Rig? Oh, it was this, like, big semi-truck that would drive all over Canada and would have events in different cities throughout the summer, and it'd be like the Budweiser girls, and it would just be like a big giant party. That was the project. If you worked for Mosaic and just did liquor samplings,
that was the big leagues.
Yeah, that was like, if you can get on that project. So I wanted to be on that project. And so first I was like a talent recruiter at university in Delhi Sings, and I remember hearing my bosses talk about, we want to bring the big rig to London, Ontario, because I went to Western University. And they were like, but we don't know which venue, we don't know like how we're going to do this. And in my head, I was like, I was the president of social life at Western. And so I had all these relationships with all the different bars and restaurants, like all throughout the city. Yeah. And I overheard them, and I was like, I know where I could do this. And so then I just went and I talked to the owner. I said, here's what we're planning to do. And he was on board, and I created the whole plan, and I did everything that they talked about in the meeting by the next meeting. And I went and I said, hey, I remember you guys talking about this last night. I solved it. It can be done on these dates, here, these locations. And they were like, what? And I was like, yeah, you guys were like having a struggle doing this, and I just did it. They're like, why'd you do that? And I was like, because it appeared our team needed to do this. And even though it wasn't my role, I just did it for fun because I know how to do it. Yeah. And they're like, don't do that. I was like, what? Why? And they were like actually mad. Oh, wow. And I was like, what is going on? And then they like had a disciplinary meeting. I was like, this is ridiculous. I was like, I literally helped you do the thing, and I'm in trouble for it. I'm out. Like, yeah. And that was like my moment where I quit. So like that gave me, and I didn't want to do the job, right? What's burnout? A lack of energy, a lack of desire to go do the work. So that happens in jobs, and that maybe is a sign that people should be an entrepreneur or change jobs. Yes. Or companies or managers or whatever.
So like you're saying, the first thing is like change the job. Like, are you actually doing the right thing? Externally, like, are you actually doing something that brings you joy and passion?
Totally. And then the first business I then started after university was, okay, I'm going to go put on my own events. I'm just going to do it all myself.
It's a big task.
You know, I planned McLovin's birthday party from Superbad. Really? When he was like Superbad. I did Dennis Rodman's birthday party. I did all these fucking events, and it was like hilarious. Okay. But I was drinking and partying and doing all the drugs, all the things. And I was like, I don't like this lifestyle. So I got burnt out because my vision for where it was going was not compelling.
Oh, I see.
So to me,
The vision of where it wasn't compelling.
I mean, it was fun, but then it was like, what am I really doing?
Oh, I see.
Like, sure, I'm making some money, having some fun. I was like, what does this look like when in 5 years, 10 years? I'm like, I see. And I see some guys who have been doing it for that long. I'm like, I don't want your life.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
So I got burnt out and then left to go start business in the health industry.
Yeah.
Because that was my degree was in health, and I wanted to be healthy.
Yeah.
So I switched gears and started that business. And my friends from business school were making six figures, making tons of money. And they're like, Grant, what are you doing? I'm like, I'm a trainer at Good Life. And they're like, what? You know, and I'm like, yeah, because I have this fitness business, so they're the best at personal training in the world, so I want to go learn from them, and I know I make $24,000 a year, and like you guys are making like 10 times as much as I'm making, but this is just a phase.
Yeah.
And I never got burnt out because of my vision. And so when people talk to me about burnout and stress on stuff, I've also worked in the same business and felt stress, burnout, anxiety, depression,
1,000%,
and felt energized, fulfilled. So how is that possible? How is the same business give me both those feelings? It's the way I'm looking at it. It's my vision for it.
Yes. And it's also accumulated stress in your nervous system, just pure physiological stress.
What's it from?
Well, yeah, it's definitely from the things you mentioned, for sure.
Right, so if there's things in the business you don't like,
yes,
it will bring it. And if you don't have a plan and you don't have good people around you and you don't like what you're doing or the reason why you're doing it, things will accumulate over time. You'll have panic attacks, you'll have anxiety, you'll have depression, you'll have all these things, and you won't want to work even 8 hours a day, 6 hours a day. And then there's other times where you're just like lit up about your business and you can work all day, every day, forever.
Yes.
And not and your body will be like, oh, great.
Yeah.
It will have no issues.
Yeah, 1,000%.
So to me, I break it down to like, potentially people don't have a vision that compels them as to why they're doing what they're doing.
Yeah.
They're just doing it because it seems cool to do it. I think there's a lot of people out there who are doing a business because it looks cool to do that business when it's not really a good business for them. I still struggle with envy and jealousy because social media just like puts all these great things in front of you. And your first inkling usually is like, I want that. But then if you really don't, you actually end up having this like weird negative reaction to it.
1,000%.
And so I think people lack maybe a self-awareness of really what they want. And so they have to go through that journey of like trying things out they maybe get stressed out about, anxiety about, depressed about, burnout about, because that's a sign that you're either doing the wrong thing, that you don't have a plan, therefore your expectations and the progress just isn't happening and that's stressing you out. But if you could think more long-term about it and trust your plan, you'd be happily going through that journey. And then the third piece I think that I'm learning a lot more is like the people around you.
Great point.
So self-awareness, plan, and people, because if you don't have the right people who are complimenting you, then you're going to be excited about some things with the people because you're like each other, and then you'll all be pissed off about these other things because you all hate that thing. So you need to have this diverse team also who shares similar values and interests so that you can have fun together outside of work. And if you can get those pieces right, then you won't burn out. Burnout to me is a symptom. It's not the problem.
Yes, agreed. Definitely not the issue itself.
Yeah.
Agreed. I love that. So I want to add a few pieces in there. That was very well. So I hope you guys really heard that because that described a lot of the piece of the entrepreneur journey and how it leads to burnout, what you just shared. So thank you for that. The piece I want to add is body and soul. So what you described is the mind. I look at this through the lens of mind, body, and soul. And I'm making distinctions here that I don't need to make, especially with the mind and body, but I'm going to. So you just described the mind and all the mental factors like the cognitive overload, the future thinking of the anxiety and the stress, not to mention just the buildup of past trauma and shit that hasn't been dealt with. And then there's the nervous system aspect, which is the foods that you eat, how much sunlight you're getting, your movement. All those things affect your energy and how burnt out you get. So those things that are involved in like alcohol, all the things that we may do. And then the soul aspect, this one I really wanted to share. So this is an interesting one to me. So what I'm going to chunk up into soul here is all the mental stressors that you've shared. They were all about something that you don't want to happen, don't want to have happen in the future, basically, most of them. And it's very interesting how the world appears different day to day when you're living in it and not thinking about it. or planning, which is very hard to do as an entrepreneur because you're constantly planning for things. You have to.
Yeah.
You have to have a plan. You gotta do that kind of stuff. And entrepreneurs are very ambitious, so they focus on their vision.
Sometimes they don't. I mean, I've not planned.
Okay.
And you just go, and you build a plane as it's flying.
Yes.
And I get that because that's why I did it, because
yes,
you're go trying to make things grow quickly and get things off the ground, make some money because you have no money coming in.
Yeah.
As I get more seasoned now in business, I'm spending way more time on the planning, because the planning, I think slow to move fast.
I understand. I love that. Yeah. Yes, definitely one of my flaws. One of my strengths was that I was really go. But one of my flaws was that I would simultaneously miss out on intelligent thinking.
Totally. Because it's like it's a fear. The result I want is not going to happen by me planning, which is true. The action has to happen for the result to happen. But the planning can keep your body, emotions, thoughts, everything in check.
Yeah, it's true.
While you're taking the action to go get the plan.
It's true.
Because there's so many things that can pull you away from it.
Yes, I agree. It's nice to have like that kind of like physical thing, real thing you can come back to when life gets kind of chaotic, which is one way to get a sense of like certainty or like safety or security. Like, okay, still following the plan, which I use as a way to get that because it's crazy life out here. But the other people, for example, they use a connection to God. That's what I've been using more as well, has been just a faith in this moment, and I'm not needing to even think about what will happen outside of this moment. Things seem to just unravel really beautifully. Yeah, so anyway,
is that the soul piece? Like
that's part of the soul piece, and then the other part of the soul piece you actually brought up, which is kind of to do with the mind, which is that soul's purpose or alignment. And so, like, are you really doing are you really expressing the gifts that God gave you? In other words, in religious terms, you could say, are you really expressing the gifts you came into this world with? Are you expressing those? Those unique talents that you have. So that I think is one of the biggest things. And people think they need to make money doing that. You also don't need to make money doing that. I've seen people create very fulfilling lives not making money doing this unique gift. I personally give my gifts when I'm in the grocery store. The gifts I have of presence, compassion, positive energy, the things that I give to people and why I get paid for coaching a lot of times, all the gifts, the things I'm good at, a listening ear to some random homeless person. The things I'm the most proud of are the things that nobody knows about. It's the things that I do just because it's who I am, it's the right thing to do. And there's a feeling that you have when you're living in alignment with your soul, and there's no question about that feeling at all. You know you're doing what you're made for. And there's an energy in that, and that energy is a pull, not a push. Push leads to burnout. That pull, that thing that you can't not do. Deepak Chopra called your dharma or your purpose like a spark that refuses to be extinguished. It's that thing that just keeps coming back. You can't get rid of it.
And sometimes making money on it can ruin. Like I know some.
That's another good point.
Can ruin it.
So true.
Like the amount of athletes love their sport and then get into coaching the sport and then hate the sport after coaching it for so long is endless. And I always found that interesting, and who knows if it would have happened if I continued to coach for more years. So I never got burnt out from tennis. Because it was like this quick moment in my life that I now have the fever for, an obsession over again. And I think about trying to make money in tennis. Because I'm like, oh man, if only I could be like Gary Vee and crush it and make some money doing my passion. But then there's a part of me, and my wife's like, you don't want to make money doing tennis. One, there's not that much, there's not that many avenues to make the money I want to make in tennis.
Right.
And two, she's like, you just want to play tennis. You want to train for tennis and play tennis. Do you really want to start a tennis clothing brand, become a tennis coach, try to build a tennis academy? Because, like, again, business is hard. There's so many other things that go into a business that have nothing to do with the passion, the interest.
That's a great point.
And so that's why it's like there are these other passions. And I got stuck on, tell me your thoughts on this one, because I got stuck on like the whole purpose thing for a long time because I felt it was finite,
Mm,
like one purpose.
I see.
And lo and behold, just digging through more Tony Robbins stuff, he was like, you don't have one purpose. You have lots of purposes.
Yes.
So find the purpose now.
Yeah.
And think about all your purposes and make them all your purpose, because that all purposes do give energy to the person. And so now I'm like, okay, so what other passions and interests and purposes can I have as a human? And these will be the ones I monetize on.
Yeah. Yeah.
And these will be the ones that I don't.
I love that. So it's a cool topic that you brought up. So let me give you a distinction I got from Eckhart Tolle. He has one called your inner purpose and your outer purpose.
Okay.
Your outer purpose is what you just described from Tony Robbins there. I mean, you have many, it changes. And one purpose might be to make money. One purpose might be to be a great father. And one purpose might be to train tennis or reconnect with that joy you have with tennis. That might be like what you need to do at a period of time. Maybe you need to let go of tennis at a period of time. That's what you need to do. Different purpose, different time. The inner purpose is, in Eckhart Tolle's words, to awaken to the consciousness within, something like that. What he really means is to become aware of the I am, aware of your real self, aware of yourself, deep presence. And so an example would be my goal might be to drink some tea, but that might be my outer purpose, you could say. My inner purpose is to feel my hands touch the cup. That's my inner purpose. So I'm so deeply in the present. That's everyone's inner purpose all the time. Our outer purpose changes and it manifests from that. And the more you're connected with that presence, the more you're connected with your soul's alignment, and that sort of purpose that you can't really name. It's not just in something, it's not just in coaching. My purpose isn't just as a coach. That's the outer form. It's so much more than that. There's a love, there's a caring that you brought up. There's a compassion, there's a joy. There's all these different elements that come up and are funneled through coaching, but come up with me at the grocery store. And it stems from more and more, or it happens more and more the deeper I get into the present and experience really myself. Not to mention all the positive emotional and psychological benefits, but even just in purpose and career. So I'm curious, what's something that's lighting you up right now? What's a passion that you have, or how have your passion shifted in the last 5 years?
Well, one thing, so tennis is a big one. And, and I'll say, if anyone's watching tennis out there, I really like this inner outer purpose piece, because as a tennis player, as an example, the analogy that I now take from that is everyone wants to win points and win games and win matches and win tournaments, and that's your purpose.
Yeah.
And as a tennis player, like, my goal is to win. But if I focus on that too much, it pulls me away from the process, which is what will create the wins. And you as a tennis player are like, a common thought I've had is like, which one do I focus on?
Yes.
And what you're saying is it's not about one or the other, it's both.
Yeah.
You have an inner and an outer, and your inner purpose is to feel the ground with your toes, because the lighter you are and your ability to move better and feel the court and feel the energy that you can distribute through the ball will help you hit a better ball. The ability to see the seams that's coming to you will help you. And so you want to focus on those things in the moment, which will lead to the other things. So you actually are not saying you don't, because sometimes coaches will take the focus on the process and say, don't focus on the outcome. And it's like, that's like saying, don't get stressed. It's like, it's going to happen.
Yeah.
Like, my brain is going to say, I want to win this point.
Yes.
I want to win this game. I want to win.
Yeah. You can't get around that.
And to be able to hold space for that while also doing the other things. So I just love that learning I just got.
That's great.
I'm going to take from that.
I love that. I think you brought up a great point, and I think it's contextual whether you focus on the outcome or the process. I played sports too, and it's so incredible how much worse I can get in a matter of seconds at the same thing. And that's all mental.
Tennis is so brutal.
Is it?
So brutal at how you can be so good and so bad, point to point, shot to shot.
Wow, yeah.
Like, in the point, I hit this amazing serve, amazing return, and now all of a sudden the thing becomes real of like, oh shoot, this is game point. And literally you went from hitting an amazing shot to your body getting tight, and then you hit a horrible shot just because you had that thought for a moment of like, don't want to lose, and then bang. Like you then go from amazing to bad so quickly. Point to point, game to all this stuff. Okay, so I like that. But
okay.
The passions you want?
No. Oh yes, let's do that right after because it's such a good flow right now. Such a good flow. In other words, in that moment, your mind went to the creation. It went to the future. You actually went into your mind before you were in your being, in your body. So relating this to business and life for a second, this is like everything. Like in this podcast, it's never a cost or a hindrance to be in the present moment. Like it never hurts you. There's no downsides, only complete upside. So, but it's hard to do because we have these fear-based survival minds. You're in that middle of the point and you're like, fuck, I hope I win. It's very natural for the human mind to do that. It does it about shit all the time. All the time the mind's trying to control things, and really what it's trying to do, just side note, it is trying to make the heart feel better. The mind, the soul goes to the mind to hide from the heart. There's feelings in the heart that we have that are uncomfortable, and the mind looks to control it in the external world, even if it has to worry about it for a second. There's a sense of control it gets. My business is going to work? That's scary to think about that. So I'm going to think about all the things I can do to make my business work. Go into the external world to try to solve an internal feeling. So let's come back to your passions. Tennis, I know, is one.
So tennis is one. That's been big for the last 4 years, I guess.
Just 4 years?
Well, so I played a lot in high school and college. Then stopped playing, and then picked it back up post-COVID.
Had a blast.
Well, I moved to West Kelowna, and I was like, I need a hobby. I need something else to do. And so I was like, you know what? I haven't played tennis a long time. It's tennis court down the street. Let's go start playing again. And the one thing I love about tennis, I think it's like one of few sports you could play for life, especially when you have a partner and friends. Like it's something like golf and tennis. The reason why they're so popular is because like you can do them till you die, pretty much.
Good social connection too.
You're outdoors, you're exercising, it's social, it's emotional. Like literally, the reason why it's also so difficult is because it engages all of it. Physical, emotional, mental, spiritual, like everything. It engages all of it, for good and for worse. So that's been one. What's been interesting, so in 2024, I exited from my last business.
Okay, so about a year ago now?
Yeah, just over a year.
Okay.
And that was, the reason why we exited was because we were just losing steam. Like we lost our passion and purpose and interest for doing it. And we're just like, screw it. Like we're out. Let's just offload it. Whatever money we get, and then we'll just move on because we have made enough and have such different ideas and plans of the future. I don't care about the difference in the money I'll get. Just get rid of it now.
Understand.
And so then I actually went on like this journey because I wasn't sure what I was passionate about. I wasn't sure what I was interested in. Like that was a real tough, because you almost can get clouded with a problem when you have work. When you have stuff to do, you're just so busy doing work that you potentially aren't addressing any potential problems that are happening, like internally. And as soon as we let go of that business, we hadn't even thought of the next step. We just knew the next step will be better.
Understand.
Like, and any time we're wasting in this old business is from an energy, spirit, everything. Like we just got to move on, and we don't even know what we're moving to, but we know it will show up and it'll feel great. But then it doesn't show up for a while, and you're not figuring it out. And so we bought this business. So we started looking at businesses to buy. We bought this interior design staging business because my wife's passions and interests is interior design and home decor. So she went to school for it. She just had whole families in real estate and every single way, shape, or form.
She was in the same business as before as you?
So we both had a tech company for 10 plus years in the real estate industry. And then we exited and we were thinking about what to do next. I was looking at health businesses, coaching, consulting, and a whole bunch of things, speaking. So you could say that these became innate passions of things that I'm naturally good at,
Yep.
that people will pay for, that people need,
That you like doing.
that I like doing.
Yeah.
And so
Yeah.
these are things that are on my list. And then on her list was interior design,
Okay.
home decor.
That's so cool for her.
Stuff.
That really sticks out to me.
So we found businesses in her industry, and we
Yeah.
bought one. And so I'm thinking, okay, we're just going to buy this business. She's going to do more of the work. I'm just going to do finance and operations and just
Really, the
stuff that I'm
business
good at. Stuff
yeah.
that I'm good at that she's not good at, but it's not a full-time thing.
Yeah. Well, that's cool.
And so I wasn't passionate about the business because I had no vision for like how it could fill me up.
Yeah.
Emotionally, spiritually, all this stuff.
Yeah.
It was just like, yeah, I'll do.
Also,
my
at the beginning,
part.
you weren't.
Yeah,
didn't
I'll do
listen.
my part.
Yeah.
Because the M&A process was really stimulating for me. That was really interesting. It was new, and so I did a lot of work to do due diligence and figure out how to buy this company well, and then all the onboarding and transition and all that stuff. That was like one of my things when I did the AI deep dive on all these tests and who am I? They were like, you are a crisis leader. Like you deal with crisis and can handle it better than most people.
Wow. Cool.
So you can turn businesses around. In my last business, went to 0 4 times.
Wow.
And still did 37 million
Wow.
in 10 years. And so it was like, and every single time I went to 0, we figured out what was wrong and reached a new level of revenue and profit every single time in
Wow.
a shorter period of time.
Okay. Yeah.
And it takes a lot of like capacity to rally everyone around who's like, this, like everything's going wrong.
Totally.
And I love it. Like I'm so like it's like adrenaline, like I
Really?
like extreme sports. Like I don't know. I need challenge. I need adrenaline. I need something.
I understand. You look great.
And so after all that transition was done, I literally worked like an hour or two a week on the business, and I was just playing lots of tennis.
Oh, cool.
And we just went to, we were talking before the show, I went to the big conference for our businesses and the big furniture market for all us vendors.
Yeah.
And to see other businesses that were bigger than us in different ways, and to also do a talk, like I was one of the keynotes on the main stage.
Right.
To have everyone like want to talk to me after and like ask me questions because I seemed to know things that they didn't know that they wanted to know about business. Yeah. So it's like, ooh, I have this community I can contribute to.
That's cool.
And feel a little status and significance on. Like, I'm like, how the heck am I on stage at the conference for the year? And I literally just entered this industry like 6 months ago. And it's because my background and experience, I guess, that the lady wanted me to do it. And then went to the furniture show and met even more people in the industry. And I see my wife having fun, I'm having fun, and there's like perks to this industry that didn't exist in our last industry. And I was like, wow, I found great people. Remember the beginning, I found great people that I actually like talking to, hanging around, who are doing bigger and better things than me that I'm actually now excited to now go try and do. And knowing my role, actually I now see how this can become not an hour or two a day, but a work day.
It inspired you.
It inspired me.
Yeah, okay.
And so now I'm super passionate about the business.
Wow.
And it's so interesting, and I know this is not the first time this has happened, but I was wondering whether it would happen for this business.
I see.
Because I know I'm not interested in why cream is better than brown right now, and why this fabric is better than that fabric, and that art is better. Like, I'm not, that I won't get into.
Your wife loves that piece?
She loves it.
Oh, she loves it.
Loves it.
Oh, yeah, her favorite.
She is changing our house around every week.
Oh, I see.
I'm not going to get interested in that stuff.
Okay.
But there's so much of the business side. There's a big private equity play that someone's doing. I've seen happen before in other industries. So I'm like, ooh, maybe I can be early because it's almost like a newer industry in the grand scheme of things. Interior design and staging has been around for 30 years.
Wow.
The real estate's been around for centuries. Other things have been around for a long time. And so there isn't infrastructure like there was in other industries. There isn't big private equity consolidators yet, which in most industries there are.
Right.
So, and that's like stimulates like the business side of me, because I'm like, how do I build a bigger business? Like one of the things I'm excited about is I'm trying to figure out how to build a bigger business than my last business.
Okay.
That's like
That's a cool.
That's part of my check, is I need to build a bigger business than my last business.
Yeah.
So now I'm excited about tennis, and now finally the business that I own.
That sounds wonderful. Sounds like a great balance. Well, congrats on that that sense of passion.
When like there's nothing, like money is money, like there's nothing
For
worse.
a while, you just see like it just comes and money comes and goes.
There's nothing worse than not having energy and passion and interest in things that you are doing on a daily basis. There's nothing worse.
Agreed.
Like you need to make enough money for the lifestyle you want to live, and then you have to have energy and excitement and enthusiasm for what you're about to do that day.
Yeah. I like that. I think this is a good point to start closing down on, actually. Let's close off with a last 5 piece of advice from you. We're going to rattle through 5 piece of advice. We're going to go through different areas of life. In your experience, the best you can do to help the male entrepreneurs watching to hopefully gain something from your answers. So we're going to do 5 different areas of life, and we're going to start with money. What's your best rapid fire? What's your best piece of advice on money?
Spend less than you make to reinvest in either yourself or your business. The 2 best things to invest in is yourself and your business. Not the stock market, not Bitcoin, not anything else out there, or else your business sucks. Your business should be the best growth vehicle for your wealth and your money, period.
Okay, I love that. Okay, how about career and purpose? What's your best piece of advice there?
Spend time figuring out what you're good at, what you like doing, what energizes you. That is a process to really think about that. And then to the best of your ability, based on what you think it is, go do that thing. And you're either going to get feedback that it's not the thing, and that's okay, just switch. Or you'll get feedback that it is the thing. And that's why sometimes I'm envious of people who are like number 2 or number 5 in a company or something, doing what they love, because you can make great money and do what you love and not have a whole bunch of stresses that the business owner has. I just haven't found that yet. So I'm just creating my own things, but don't get confined to a specific method of career and purpose. Just know yourself and then go find things that align with yourself.
Love that. Okay, cool. Health, best piece of advice in health.
I would say everyone probably can have more protein. Everyone can probably work out a little bit more and a little harder. Like the intensity is important. Protein is important because most people want to get more muscle or lose fat. And as someone who worked in the industry, there is a calories in, calories out simple equation. You can't lose weight if your calories in are greater than your calories out. But what your real goal should be, so probably eat less and eat better foods, but what your goal really should be is your resting metabolic rate needs to be higher so that you can burn more calories and process more foods that you enjoy that may not be the healthiest without you having to do anything. And the only way to increase your metabolism is muscle. The only way to get muscle is protein.
Okay, back to protein. Protein's important.
Less calories in and work out with intensity.
Okay, love it. You're dropping fire. Okay, next area of life, intimate relationships. You've been married for about 10, 12 years, right?
We've been together for 14 years now. So next year is our 15th.
Okay.
Married for 8.
Okay. Best marriage advice for an entrepreneur?
Relationship training, relationship development. It's an area of life that I'm going to take a wild guess most people have not hired a coach for, not read a book about, not listened to a podcast about, or follow up a podcast regularly about it, not gone to a retreat or event about. You'll go and study health, you'll go and study business and money, and even yourself, but you won't study your partner and the dynamic of 2 different people of different sexes or same sex, doesn't even matter. And that understanding your partner and understanding the differences between you 2 so you can understand and accept and appreciate the differences. Once you do that, your responses and reactions to situations, which is the problems in the relationships, is something happens, and because of your understanding of that person and of a dynamic or expectation that was so out of whack of how it should be, throws you for a loop and you end up fighting and breaking up or whatever. Like, oh, my wife has ADHD. I never even thought to think about that at first. But now that I know,
makes a little more sense.
It makes a little more sense, right? I'm on the spectrum.
Yeah.
Now that she knows that, things I do make a lot more sense.
Yeah, totally.
And so that, like, her love language are touch and gifts. Mine is touch and a service. And so understanding those things and getting to know that person's journey of self-development, because again, like, they're fighting their own shit, and the more you can understand that, the better relationship you'll end up having. And especially, we do business together,
right?
And we sucked at it at the beginning.
Yeah.
And so learning all this stuff has helped us fight less, stay in our lanes, divide and conquer. We trust, respect, and appreciate each other a whole lot more. And so we're moving faster in life because of all this learning.
Taking time to get to know each other.
And so going back to it, the one thing is, like, just take time to learn about it.
Yeah, I love it. I absolutely love it. I want to actually, supposed to do a different area of life. I want to finish off with just something you feel really called to share. We could call this the philosophical area of life, or the spiritual area of life. What's your best life wisdom or life advice if you were going to give advice to a son that you had perhaps who is coming into the world and maybe wanting to change careers? What advice would you give to your son about life?
So I'll actually tie it back to the relationship, because there's a lot of, I imagine, guys listening to this, entrepreneurs, probably single or haven't found
honestly,
that person.
some of them are single, some of them married.
Okay, so there's this thought that I need to work on myself and build my business and then go find the person, because why would that person want me until I figured out myself and start to figure out my career and make some money? The greatest person at helping you figure yourself out and helping you master your career and business is your significant other. And vice versa. So the fastest way to getting that result, because we can lie to ourselves really easily, and we can live in a vacuum of yes people as business owners all the time. And a great partner is the one who will call you on your BS and help you sort through your own stuff, because they can see it and they want you to improve. And so, to me, finding the right partner is the thing that will help people achieve their results that they want. And don't wait, get it now. Even spend less time on whatever else you're doing to go find that right person. The wrong person will totally screw you over, but the right person will accelerate everything. And so then, if the person has someone and is struggling in all those areas, I would look to that person and engage them. Totally, potentially they're the wrong person. Like when Tony Robbins does his relationship retreat, he says half of you in this room are going to break up.
Really?
But it's going to be because it's the right thing to do for both of you to achieve your goals and achieve happiness, and because people pick the wrong person.
Right.
But the people who are the right people, this will solve that problem and accelerate you. To me, I think that's something that isn't talked about enough. Yeah.
Well, I appreciate that, and I think that who we pick is very important. You also, one of the best things you said on this podcast was about getting the right people around you as a thing related to burnout, which I thought was really cool. So I guess thank you for being a relationship in my life and taking this time, and thanks for sharing what you did. I think it's going to help the guys who are wanting to build a business, wanting to manage life, and wanting to grow that motherfucker at the end of the day.
Absolutely.
So appreciate your time. Thank you.
Awesome. Thanks for having me.